Hello and welcome to the On Pointless podcast. Our intro question for this week is, if you could own and run a museum for anything, what would it be? Chris?
I would pick the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I've been there. It's as good as it looks on TV. The room with all the heads, the busts is unreal. And if you ever see Steve Baker, he gets to tell Hall of Famers when they make the Hall of Fame, and he gets a hug from some of the greatest football players of all time.
Chara?
I'd have a museum of my bedroom, and I'd only allow myself in there because I would like to nap.
The Antisocial Museum, okay.
Yep.
And Kirsten?
I would have an interactive candy museum, and you could taste the candy and see how it's made, and I would get to eat as much candy as I wanted, and it would be mostly my favorite candy, but we might have a few other selections as well.
That's a sweet idea. And me personally, I think I'd like a museum that had no theme. It's just random stuff compiled together with no real exhibits, just stuff strewn everywhere.
So, modern art museum.
Yeah.
The Seinfeld Museum.
Exactly. Yeah. The museum about nothing. Okay, so our first question this week. If you could Transformer style change into a robotic version of anything, what would you be?
A car.
That
Very original.
That's the most boring possible answer to this question.
Well, then I wouldn't need to buy a car. I'd already have one. It would be me.
Wouldn't you rather be an airplane?
I don't like flying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. This way I would get to fly. Like Iron Man.
So you could Transformer style... You could turn into Iron Man. You could turn into a robot.
I'd Transformer style into Iron Man. Because he has Jarvis or Friday. And then they know everything. There we go. Transform myself into Iron Man.
Well, I mean, you don't turn into Iron Man. You turn into a robotic version of him. But yeah.
Which is his suit, which is what you need.
I guess so. I'm just saying you're not instantly, like, super smart.
No, but I have Jarvis or Friday, depending which version you're at. And then she can be the smarts for me.
Okay, fair enough.
But I thought you didn't like to fly.
Yeah. But this sounds fun.
If it's with your hands, it's okay then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to flap.
I don't know. Besides, a jet would be pretty sweet.
Like a fighter jet.
Yeah. Can you shoot things, too? I mean, if you're Iron Man, I'm sure I could be able to shoot things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Transformers had guns.
Right.
You do sweet loop-de-loops and, like, go, I don't know, Mach 3, whatever the speed is that you go.
Could you be, like, undercover and be, like, a dump truck? Or, like, a garbage one, and you just, like, no one would suspect you to do anything?
Yeah, you're just a garbage truck roaming around the city, spying on people.
Spying on people.
Because dump trucks are really loud.
Yeah, that's true, but they'd just be like, oh, it's just a dump truck.
Oh, it's garbage
tractor.
day. And they just come and pick up the garbage.
But the thing is, if you are really loud, then no one suspects it. Like, I think that's where spies always do it wrong. They're in some weird van that's like a flower van at midnight. Whereas if it's just like a garbage truck roaming around, and maybe not a garbage truck, but something loud, it's like no one's spying in this super loud, obnoxious vehicle. Like, if you hit the horn and it plays La Cucaracha, no one's like, oh, that guy works for the FBI.
Be an ice cream truck. Is
In
there
the middle
anything?
of it.
But would you ever be something that didn't like? So if you're like, you turn into a jet or you turn into Iron Man, you're just expected to do something good, like heroic all the time. Maybe you're just an ice cream truck and all you do is sell ice cream out of the truck.
That's still something good.
Yeah, but not like a heroic, huge thing. You're just like, I'm an ice cream man, whatever.
You
I'm
could
not
be the hero of summer, though.
Yeah.
You could just like, oh my god, there's a drought, it's hot, you're at the lake, and then you transform into the ice cream truck and everyone loves you.
But in your ice cream truck, and you're giving away this ice cream, is that like giving away your dead skin cells?
No.
Like, is it part of you?
I think you
Because
have
you
to like,
transform.
Although, yeah, because you couldn't sell ice cream out of the truck because you are the truck.
You are the truck.
ew, you're gross.
I assume Miss House is just like if I spit.
Yeah.
It's because it's taking parts of you. No?
I guess so. I
Why
didn't
not?
really think about it that far, but you have a solid point.
Or do you have to, you're an ice cream truck, and you go to the grocery store, and you're untransformed, and you're like, I will take all of your ice creams, put it in this truck in the back.
Maybe you just have to carry a cooler with you at all times. So that, like, full of ice cream, and then somehow when you transform,
It like absorbs it.
it becomes the freezer part.
But you'd have to hire someone to come into you
Not the best phrasing of that, but
to sell the ice cream?
Or it would be like a vending machine style. You just
Yeah.
Oh,
Vending
you can just be a vending machine.
that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a vehicle. We're all into vehicles,
Yeah.
but you could turn
Yeah.
into anything.
because then you still get to go places and drive yourself
Right.
around.
If you were a vending machine, would you just always like have the chocolate bar hanging by a
Yes.
thread and just
Yeah.
infuriate
It
people?
would get
Yeah.
stuck, but then they would like when they shake you, you could like
Tip
touch
over.
them or something.
Yeah.
Just tip
To
over.
just tip over. I kill more people than sharks.
Was that the goal, to kill more people than sharks?
Yes. Transform into a vending machine. Kill all the people.
Could you transform into like a radio or like yeah, you could.
You could.
They're really small.
It can be a very large radio. Maybe the 80s are back and then we're going to have boomboxes.
True.
I think with the Transformers, though, you're always like the Transformer guys, they're huge because once they become like their object, they're still like that big.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they still
you'd
have-
almost have to be like the size of you. So I guess you couldn't, you'd have to be a very small ice cream truck. How big can I be?
I feel like, let's just say you can be whatever size you
Okay.
want.
No.
Yeah, you're a transformer. You can
All right.
change volume.
I think I would try to compete with Chara as she tried to kill more people as a vending machine than sharks kill people. And I would just transform into a shark. And then I would just kill people as a shark. And then I could be in the ocean all the time.
Could you be an animal though, or do you have like I think we all went robot and like
Well, but you could be an animal robot. You can be a robotic version of anything.
Yeah, it's a
yes,
mechanical. It
true.
has to be mechanical,
would
we're
you
saying.
rust underwater with the salt?
I don't think so. I mean, Transformers, you could have a Transformer boat. Transformers did do a season that was like animals. I think it was called Beast Wars or Beasties.
Oh.
That's not Transformers.
It was definitely Transformers because Optimus Prime was a gorilla.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah!
Was. Oh, that was I liked that show.
It was a
That
great show.
fun. It was like the bad guys were dinosaurs.
Yeah,
or
they're basically like
something.
all dinosaurs or like spiders and wasps and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The bad
Those
things
are-
of the jungle.
That was
Exactly.
the old CGI TV shows from the early 2000s.
As opposed to the live action spider robots. But yeah, I mean, you could turn into an animal or something like that. You could turn into whatever you want.
But a robot version.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
they were still robot versions of the animal.
I
For
would
sure.
just turn into a robot version of myself.
Whoa. Robot Chris.
Yeah, you'd have Chris and Robo Chris.
It's perfect.
Please come up with a family-friendly insult to use in traffic.
Fudge you mother fudger.
That doesn't seem very traffic specific, but it gets the point across. Unless you're yelling at an ice cream truck.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I like to do, because the finger has lost all meaning?
Yeah.
Is if people are upset with my driving and then they speed past, I rub my eyes like I'm crying. Like calling calling them a crybaby,
That's good.
right? Because I think that's more effective.
It's
Yeah.
very effective. People are very upset about it.
I always like to smile and wave.
Yeah, you're kind of just like patronizing them, aren't you? Like just like you're making fun of the fact that they're so upset about this instance, like you're driving too slow or you accidentally cut them off, and they're so furious about it, and you just find it like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and I especially find most of the times in traffic when someone's mad at me, it's because they've done something illegal, but they don't know what's going on. Like, it's constant when I'm driving to work that there's an intersection I drive through that's not a four-way stop, but when I drive through without a stop sign and don't stop, people try to turn left and almost run into me, and then they start honking at me, and it's like, that was your fault. But they never realize it. So that's why it's especially funny to just smile and wave. And then one day when they do see it, they'll be like, oh, I'm the idiot here.
I don't think I have any family friendly.
Oh, you're an angry driver.
I am an angry driver, so it's not very family friendly at
But
all.
it would be nice if you had one ready to go where you could just like yell at them and be like, hey, wheel turner, turn your wheel better.
Oh, like the old baseball, like
Trash talk.
pitch. What is it? Pitcher.
We
We want
want
a
a
pitcher, not a belly
pitcher.
itcher.
Yeah.
Kind of like
We
that.
want a batter, not a broken ladder.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But so if you did that for driving, right?
Yeah, when I'm biking and other cyclists don't stop at a stop sign, I never do, but I always want to yell at them like, really good work, you nearly stopped there.
I'd almost like to get like nursery rhyme family friendly with it. So like if someone honks at you, you're just like, hey, Mother Goose. Because,
Yeah,
he's
that's
honk.
good.
And just like have all these stupid, terrible insults.
Yeah, Mother Goose, I like that one if someone honks at you.
Yeah, because they're just honking at you.
They
And then it
just-
would take them a while to get it, and eventually they would. And then they'd feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Some people probably wouldn't even get that.
Yeah.
Like, what is that guy talking about? And you would haunt them.
You could use all of them too. Like if they have a red car, you're like, Little Red Riding Hood, you need to slow down.
Oh, that's a good one because it's a
Big-
riding.
And they have a hood.
Big bad wolf's gonna come get you. Be the police.
Exactly. The big bad wolf's coming for you. Can you hear them howl when you do a police siren noise? It's genius.
It's always got to be so fast, though. It's like you can yell like 2 words at a person, you know, when you're driving past or they drive past you.
And sometimes they don't even have their windows open, so it's just lost.
Yeah. I think like the miming of an insult is almost the best way to go.
Yeah, the slow clap,
The-
the cry baby.
The stare down sometimes when someone does something stupid, and you just stare at them, and you're just like, what are you doing? You throw your hands up, like, what was that?
Yeah, I often throw my hands up like, what the.
Yeah. The big smile, the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Is good too.
Yeah.
Not that anyone can see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Everyone's doing hand motions right now, which is perfect for an audio podcast.
Classic podcast.
Classic podcast.
I read a thing, or I heard a thing that says that you don't associate cars with people because you don't see their faces, you don't see them. So you're just like, that's a car. That's not a group, like a family, or someone's like late for something, or they're having a bad morning. So you just like get angry more easily because you don't recognize that they are still a person.
Yeah, it's like, who is this stupid person? They're so slow ahead of me. Don't they know how to signal? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a person. Do you think deer and animal get confused when a person steps out of a car?
Yes.
You know, they're just driving around and then they're like on the side of the road and you like walk out. And then they just see this big thing and then something smaller coming out of it. And they see these humanoid things walking around, but then they go into the big case.
Things Chara thinks about. I think deer are probably confused by everything.
I always wonder, when you're driving a car, does your dog know that you're controlling the car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Because the dog gets that you're in a vehicle. Like, it understands the car takes it places, and it recognizes when it drives past certain places. But does it realize that you moving the steering wheel is correlating with the car moving? Because I think a smart dog could figure that pattern out, but I don't know if they could associate that.
I don't know, because like they try and bug you while you're driving sometimes. Like,
Yeah, they're like, pay attention to me. And you're like, I'm busy. And they're like, I don't care.
our dog stands on the middle console and just like inches her way forward so she can see exactly where she's going, and we have to tell her to get back, and then 2 seconds later she's back up there. I don't know if she understands that I'm in control of the car.
One dog question we always have is when we get in an elevator.
Ooh,
Does the dog know that you're actually going up and down?
They can't. They just like, we have to go into this special box. They press a button. There's movement, and then we're on a floor. Could be the same floor.
We're just in another
We're
area.
just in another area. We go to a different door.
Yeah, they don't know if it's vertical, horizontal. They just know
No.
there's movement and sound. That must be so confusing for a dog.
Do they think that a car is just another type of elevator? Like, but they can see outside?
open
But they can
elevator?
feel like they see where they're going, the wind. They understand they're moving in
That's
that
if
direction.
they're moving. What if you crate them?
When are we going to do the dog question podcast?
Well, I've got a question. What would your motivational poster be?
So if I had to make a motivational poster for other people, like what would I do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's something that motivates people? Money, but that's kind of boring.
Food.
Food.
The weekend.
The weekend.
Okay, so I want food and I want the weekend.
It's like a poster of a all-you-can-eat buffet that's only open Friday nights, Saturday, and Sunday. And just like, keep going. We have food for you.
That doesn't get you excited. I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
It's a poster with like that, the weekend, summer barbecue, and all of that.
Yeah.
And all it says is no mistakes. But steaks is spelled like steaks.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I love
Yeah, just, only puns.
Only fun.
Yeah. You could even like take it a step further and make it so the S was like a dollar sign. So you're like, I can't make a mistake because I want to get the steak, but money. And it's
Yeah.
got like everything factored
That
into
has
it.
everything factored in. That's good.
People also always like animals on their posters. So like, I'm going to say a duck.
Ooh,
'Cause that was the first animal that I
Just
thought
piecing this together.
of. Just piecing it together. One.
Well, you can have like that. What's that saying? Like off the water of a duck back.
That's it.
That's the one. Like water off a duck back. Not water off a duck's back.
Yeah, like off of water, off a duck back. Yes, they just have that and a poster of a duck wearing a
raincoat.
A raincoat with little rubber booties. That'd be so cute. Don't let you drown. That's water off the duck back.
What was that sentence?
It's the cutest thing.
It would motivate her.
It would motivate me
To what?
to have no mistakes.
Oh, right, okay.
I mean, then you'd be like, it's not raining out today. It's a nice day. It's no water, duck water, not duck water back, or whatever you said.
Close enough.
It'll just say it could be worse. You know, it's just.
That's always
I think
a good
that's
one.
like the standard life that most people have to live. It's
Blame.
like, well, this isn't so bad.
But what would you have your picture for? It could
Yeah,
be worse.
yeah,
Because you don't
right.
have a picture of something awful.
Yeah.
It's like an ice cream cone where one ice cream scoop fell, but you still have the other one. It's like it could be worse.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
So you
That
lost
is a good
like
one.
you lost like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Would you rather be stranded in a broken spaceship or a broken submarine?
Spaceship.
Whoa.
Submarine.
I feel like I'm gonna drown myself or jump out of the spaceship. Spaceship.
Spaceship.
What I thought was weird when I was thinking this question is
Oh no,
they're
spaceship.
both surprisingly similar options. Like being underwater and being in space, even though one's on the planet and one's way off, it's really a similar scenario.
You would have the feeling of being trapped and alone, but I think the water is worse.
Yeah, because at least like on a spaceship, you have a lot of people looking for you. There's lots of beacons.
You're stranded though. You're
Yeah,
lost. No
but-
one can find you.
Well, I guess it's same in the water. We don't even know where all our water goes.
I know. I guess if you wanted to look at it positively, like, hey, we're stranded, but you can see like the galaxy.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It would be
But
beautiful.
also, have you ever seen like what's deep underwater?
It would go black.
Yeah, you
Oh,
wouldn't be
go
able
black?
to see anything, right?
I feel like you'd have a light at least outside the ship, though.
for a bit, but yeah,
And it would go, and then it would die, and then you'd see that like weird creature with the light bulb above its head, and then it would like, would it
Angelfish.
eat you or would you just drown?
You're
and like,
stranded.
I feel like drowning would be worse.
I guess with space, do you freeze or do you suffocate first? I think you freeze.
Not like the question is how you die.
Yeah, we're not going to go to the
that's-
morbid end of it.
That's where you go because that's what happens.
When you're stranded, you're like, which way would I rather die? Freezing and or suffocating and or drowning?
Well, how about we think positively?
That we're-
Where are you stranded where you feel like you may be able to survive?
Yeah,
I feel like you'd survive in space because people are looking for you more.
But in a submarine, you're still on Earth. Like my thing, if it is one where you're never going to be rescued, at least in a submarine, you're not alone. Like you're on Earth with all the other people. Whereas
They'll
in
find
space,
your body.
you're like the only one in space. Like you're just stuck on there. And in space, like a submarine will eventually degrade in the ocean. In space, you will be there literally forever.
Unless something hits you.
Unless something hits you, but it's going to
Or
take a
you
long time.
Go into something's atmosphere and disintegrate.
But like you're not going to degrade in space. You're going to float around in space forever.
But you would be a legend. You would be like a space hero, and they'd have like plaques of you at NASA. No one's gonna notice if your submarine goes missing.
True.
That's true.
I was going to say literally the exact same thing. You'd be remembered if you got lost in space. I'm sure people drown in the ocean all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
There's way more money in space program than there are
Water programs,
And
water
I'm
program.
sure your family would get like a really good
TV deal.
TV deal,
Book deal.
Oh.
money,
Tell on
book
story.
deals, money from the like money from NASA, right? Because you could. I don't
You
know.
probably
You
have
sign a
to
contract.
sign
Yeah,
something.
okay.
There'd be something. I mean, I guess it's true too. Like when I look at it, because I was kind of leaning towards a submarine. But if you took your life as a movie, would you rather watch a movie of someone trapped in a submarine or someone trapped in a spaceship? I've seen hundreds of movies of people trapped in spaceships,
Spaceships, yeah.
but I wouldn't watch one of someone trapped in a submarine because it'd be claustrophobic. And I don't know why that would be more claustrophobic, but it would.
because space is so much more open. Even though it's the same as water because you can't breathe in it, people
hurts.
are more scared of the overwhelming like pressure
Pressure.
and
Yeah,
size
weight
of
of
the
water.
ocean.
Weight.
Yeah.
And maybe it's also because a lot more people have died in submarines.
That's
so
true.
you know about it. It's actually happened to people.
I have what might be a dumb question.
Really.
There's no dumb questions.
Has anybody died in space?
There must have been some.
There must be.
Because like a lot of astronauts have died, but normally it's because the rocket blows up in the atmosphere. They either die leaving or on re-entry. Like, has anyone ever actually, you know, in movies how someone's always at the space station and they get, like, bumped away and they can't get back and they die in space. Has that actually happened to a person yet?
I don't think a person, but I know that when they were, I think the Russians, when they were sending out the dogs and the chimps and stuff like that, they were never expected to come back down.
For sure, but I'm talking like a person. Like, has a person died in space? I honestly have no idea. Because astronauts are always in good shape. It's not like someone who's going to go up and have a heart attack.
Right.
Do you think it's happened and they just cover it up?
Probably.
And now you could be the person who gets covered up and no one gets to hear. But then your family would get paid off to stay silent?
Yeah.
Well, they just wouldn't tell them. They say it's classified.
No, your family would be like, look, we're going to pay you $1 million. Just say that he was on a submarine trip.
No one will care. It's in the water.
He definitely drowned.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, people drown all the time.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
You need to break a bone, but you need to make it look like an accident. What's the best way to guarantee that you'll break a bone with an audience in front of you that still looks like it's an accident so that no one suspects it was on purpose?
Your hand.
Yeah, like tripping and catching yourself and you break your wrist that way.
But can you guarantee you're going to break your wrist with a fall? Because you need to guarantee that you break this bone.
I guess if I fall down the stairs.
Ooh, but you're taking a lot of risk with
Yeah,
that.
you could like break your neck.
Yeah.
I mean, like a hammer to the hand.
Like, let me just nail in this thing. Oops. Oh, broke my
Right?
thumb.
You want to break something significant? I mean, you could break anything in your foot. Don't you have like 100?
Yeah, lots of little
bones.
bones.
Well, because you probably want to break, a finger or something
like your
small.
little toe.
Okay.
But you
Ooh,
just need to
stub
guarantee
your
you...
toe on some concrete.
I've stubbed my toe a lot of times. I've never broken it. And you need to guarantee you break it. Because if you try to do it once and you don't break it, you can't be like, oh, stubbed my toe really bad again. I'm such a klutz.
Yeah.
Although, within an hour, I've walked into numerous things and not broken,
But not
Stuck.
broken.
but not broken.
You gotta
That's
break
true.
something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny, like a bunch of people coming through. You're like, oh, hey guys, and get your hammer out and you just hammer one right into your hand.
And you're like, oh, no, not crunchy enough.
You'd be like, oh no, I'm fine. That's not a break, and then hit it again.
Yeah, you just have to just totally play it off like, it's fine, guys. Don't worry about it as you're just grimacing. Do you think you'd break a bone in your foot if it got run over by a car?
No, not
Ooh,
guaranteed.
or slamming your hand in a door.
Oh, that could be good.
I have stitches from that when I was little.
But did you break anything?
It didn't break anything. I was 2 years old, so maybe my finger was too small.
And your bones are more malleable when you're a kid.
Yeah.
They don't break as easily.
It's always so hard, like, to have to hit yourself that hard. What would be worse? Having your hand out and be like, okay, I have to hit it with a hammer hard enough, or having it in a door frame where you're just like, okay, I gotta swing this door.
Unless
hard
you
enough
could
that it's
get
gonna
somebody.
break my hand.
Unless you could get somebody else to slam the door. Like if someone was going to shut their door and you're like, oh, reach in. And then that way you wouldn't have to do it.
And then you could blame them for it. It's like getting
Blame
someone else to
them.
pull your tooth out by closing the door.
Oh, I hate
Because
that.
I feel like anytime you went to go hammer your hand or slam it in a door, you would hesitate and it would never be as hard, so you'd just be hurt.
Yeah.
I think you could do it with the hammer only because you get to the point where you're like, I've built up the momentum and you would just swing through. Whereas with the door, you have control of the door, like, because you kind of have to hold it the whole way through and you'd let up. But with the hammer, once it's going, you can't pull it back.
So what's the payoff to doing
Yeah,
this?
why would you want to do
Why would
this?
you-
Are we getting paid?
Are we getting
Like, what,
paid?
is it workers' comp?
You just have to break a bone.
Oh, okay. What's the bone? Is it your forearm where it doesn't take that much pressure? Or no, it's
Oh,
your
no,
collarbone.
clavicle, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easiest bone to break because it
Yes.
takes very little pressure.
But
That
how
would-
do you break that?
And it would
Have something
suck.
drop on it.
A hammer.
A hammer.
Can of paint.
Yeah.
Full can of paint. Pull it.
Pull it. Whew.
Well, you have to like catch it on your collarbone.
Yeah, but if you break, that's a hard one to.
You gotta get your head out of the way.
But when people are watching, it's going to look pretty obvious that you pull
No,
the can of
you
paint.
have to be like, you have the can of paint precariously in the closet and be like, I just need to get this. I hope nothing's up there. Open it, and you know it's gonna fall, and you just gotta go, wah!
It's like those amazing bad infomercials. Where they're
Yeah.
like, tired of having this many things in your cupboard, and then they open it up and like, you know,
So
like
much Tupperware,
a
like,
deep fryer
all
falls
the-
on this.
What if you pretended you were choking to make someone do the Heimlich maneuver on you? Because if done right, the Heimlich maneuver will break a rib or two.
Or also that little...
Your sternum?
Your sternum bone, that little one out there.
So you just have to pretend to choke enough that someone does a Heimlich maneuver hard enough that they break your rib.
You have to make sure they know how to do it, because I feel like most people don't fully know how to do it, so they would go to hit you and it wouldn't, like...
Just like wind you and now you're actually
You're
choking.
joking.
Yeah. It's called the J thrust now, too.
The G thrust?
J. Because you're doing a J with your fist. Also, Heimlich wanted to have patented their name.
Did you know, fun fact, the guy who invented the Heimlich maneuver before he died actually saved someone's life doing the Heimlich maneuver?
Maybe that's why he called it that.
No. He invented the maneuver, and then later in his life, he actually got to use it to save someone's life. It was like the proudest moment of the dude's life.
That'd be pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just break a finger, I think a hammer to the finger. I wouldn't want to break a rib. I've never broken a rib. I've had like rib pain or like a sprained rib before, and it's like so painful, like every day.
Yeah,
it's tough to breathe.
And you can't sleep.
Yeah.
You can easily break your nose. Just play catch and don't catch.
No one's gonna let themselves get hit in the face with a ball.
I don't know. I close my eyes when I catch a ball. I could just like duck as well, but make sure the ball trajectory is towards my face.
Probably end up breaking like your orbital bone.
It's still a bone.
Still a bone.
Yeah, I just let someone throw a ball at my face.
I don't want to break my face. That's not the bone.
But that'd be the easiest one to make look accidental, because they'd be like, you threw a ball at me.
That's true. I mean, at that point, you got orbital bone, nose, jaw, cheek, I guess.
Yeah, you can break a lot of things in your face.
And all you have to do is take a ball to the face.
Yeah. Or anger someone a lot and they'll punch you and they can probably break something face. Oh, may as well punch someone and then you break a finger in your bone. You purposely accidentally break a finger by punching someone in the face.
People often will break their hands.
Yeah.
They don't know how
punching,
to punch.
right? Or they'll break their thumb.
Yeah.
That happens
there
a
we
lot.
go.
That happens with professionals.
I'll fight someone. That'd be great.
If you punch someone and when you make a fist, you tuck your thumb inside your fingers on the fist,
there we go.
You will break your thumb if you punch someone.
Yes,
there we go. I'm just going to punch someone and break my thumb. That's how I will accidentally break my finger on purpose.
Your disowned great uncle passes away. He leaves you his old beat-up monster truck as an inheritance for you to fix up and join the professional circuit. How do you rebuild it? And what is your monster truck name?
Chomping Charmander.
Nice.
Just like it's like a dinosaur that breathes fire.
Yeah. I have a little flame tail, right? Flame in the back and the exhaust, right?
Yep.
And then at the front, it'll look like I have big chompers.
So it's got like mechanical jaws on the front?
Mechanical jaws. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I
And then my evolved form will have wings.
Oh, so like later in the event, like you like press a button and the wings will pop out on the side?
Yeah.
Especially because monster trucks are always doing big jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when monster trucks were pretty big for a while. Like Gravedigger, obviously.
Yeah, there's like Gravedigger, like Bigfoot.
Yeah. I remember when WCW wrestling reference went on and Goldberg had his own truck and it was like his upper body and arms and it had like the championship belt.
Oh, I remember that.
And
yeah.
it was just the Goldberg truck. A truck of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Hey?
Yeah. The Christenator.
Yeah. But a better name.
Chris Nation.
Yeah.
Christmaster.
But fixing it up? Like, I know nothing about cars, so I would have to hire somebody.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. I just mean, like, what would you make it look like? Like,
Giant.
would it be like
Oh, okay.
a VW Bug or like an ice cream truck?
Oh, so
Like-
you're taking, take the body off. You know the video, PlayStation video game Twisted Metal?
Twisted
Oh,
Metal.
yeah.
Like, maybe, the ice cream truck.
Oh, yeah. Mr. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. But they had some other good ones. I always remember being just the ice cream truck, though.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a good game.
It was a good game.
But yeah, like if you were the ice cream truck, that'd be pretty good because you could just have like call yourself like Mr. Swirly or something like that.
Yeah.
Just some stupid comical name, and then like that could be your thing when you like knocked another truck out, and then they got flipped over some, and you'd throw an ice cream bar at them.
How much money do I have?
A lot, but not an unlimited amount.
Okay. I would be looking for the body off of an old classic car.
Just like an
An
old
old
Cadillac.
Ford truck or a Cadillac. I was thinking because you limited my money, I was going to say a Rolls Royce would
Yeah.
be pretty sweet on giant monster truck wheels,
Yeah.
right? And then before the race, you'd have the little chrome woman come up,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right? And then you'd go.
Oh, nice.
So that'd be dramatic.
Yeah.
And of course, you'd have umbrellas in your car for no reason.
Of course. Monocles.
Yeah.
Wear a monocle.
You basically just make yourself like Mr. Peanut,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You changed the monster truck game.
Yeah, make it classy.
Yeah.
That's true. Everyone else is racing and you're just driving slow, just like cruising through the course. Got nowhere to be.
Yeah.
No, you're not even the driving. You have a driver. You're just the
you sit
passenger in the back.
Perfect.
Oh, that'd be sweet. You have a chauffeur.
Yeah.
Shooting money at people.
Yeah.
You could make it like a limo. You could be like a Rolls Royce limo
Whoa.
and just chill in the back of your limo.
Monster trucks are only ever 4 wheels, right?
I feel like they are, but I
Yeah.
guess they probably don't have to be.
Yeah.
If you made like a tank.
Yeah.
Whoa, I want a tank.
Yeah, you should have
On
a tank.
monster truck wheels, though.
Yeah, just like a jacked up tank with
Yeah.
like, instead of wheels, it's got treads with like 4 wheels on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the
huge-
monster truck wheels, but then the loopy things.
And it's not green, it's blue. It's like
course.
the brightest blue with like purple and pink flames. Yeah. And
I was hoping you were going to go like that, like the Navy Army print, kind of like blue, but you really
No.
spiced it up with some flames.
Oh yeah, you need flames.
Yeah.
People gotta know you're serious.
Yeah.
I came here to win the monster truck rally,
Yeah.
not participate.
Yeah.
Maybe a fun water gun though out the tank. Like you could switch what came out of it. Like maybe like a slime button,
Oh.
like a bunch of buttons.
Yeah,
And you got fire, obviously, because it's monster trucks. But like slime,
Yep.
water,
Smoke.
Bubbles.
smoke,
Bubbles.
bubbles, cotton
Just-
candy, maybe. Like
Yeah, something cheerful for the kids.
Yeah.
You know?
What would the name of this abomination be?
I don't know. I'd have to look at tank names because that's Centurion. I like that one though. That's a good one.
But I think you should put a fun twist on a tank name.
Right. It'd
Be
have
like-
to be something happy.
Tread not.
It doesn't fit quite. It's too army.
I mean, it could be called anything. Like it doesn't have to be a pun. I'm sure we're all searching for puns that we could call our tanks. Or, I mean, our
Super
monster
happy
trucks.
fun tank.
Super happy fun tank.
Super happy fun tank.
Yeah.
SHFT.
I think I would be the heel of the monster truck circuit. I would go with an electric car. And my whole shtick would be like, you gas guzzlers, like, fuel efficiency is the way of the future. And everyone would hate me. I'd be the most hated monster truck.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. You could come out, you could stop in the middle of the race to plug it in.
To recharge.
And then I just throw up pamphlets the whole time. I'm like, electricity is the future.
On rice paper.
Yeah.
So you can eat it.
I like plugging it in as my shtick. Is like finish it off, get to the center of the ring, and a big plug comes out. It's
Yeah.
like, yep.
That'd be good.
Your
What's the
tires
name?
would be recycled from something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Recycled tires.
Yeah.
Like,
With bamboo rims.
yes.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Solar
Solar
roof.
panels.
Yeah.
What's the name of your electric energy efficient?
Captain Planet.
Oh,
Oh, that's
he
good.
is our hero.
Well, that's it for another episode of the On Pointless Podcast. Thanks again for listening. And as always, if you have questions for us, please feel free to submit them to onpointlesspodcast@gmail.com. Bye.